Hello, my name is Katrina Lacerna, and I'm LA County Library's Asian Pacific Resource Center Librarian here at Rosemead Library. May is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, and today you will be creating lotus flower cards. The lotus is a fascinating plant that is admired, used, and even revered in Asia, where two countries, India and Vietnam, have adopted it as their national flower. It is obviously a beautiful flower to look at, but its cultural importance is due to far more significant and interesting reasons. The lotus is an aquatic plant like a water lily, but is from a completely different family of plants. Its natural habitat is the slow-moving, shallow water of the deltas and floodplains of Asia. The lotus plant's roots grow in the mud at the bottom of the lake or stream in which it is planted. Thick stems can grow up to 8 feet tall to break the surface of the water, where the huge leaves, up to 3 feet in diameter, float on the water surface. The flowers themselves are big and showy, up to a foot across, with large petals, most often white with pink tips, but sometimes in yellow and even red. Inside the petals is a crown of yellow pollen-bearing stamen. The lotus flower petals also exhibit a natural behavior known as nyctinasty. The petals close up the flower at night and open again in the morning when the sun rises in a pattern, much like the human circadian rhythms. Scientists aren't quite sure why this happens, but it is believed to indicate that this species of plant is highly evolved and has adapted to its environment. Lotus plants produce seeds every year. The seed pods resemble watering can spouts and are often used in dried flower arrangements. A stand of lotus plants will deposit hundreds of thousands of seeds into the water around them. Many will be eaten by wildlife such as birds and fish, and some will sprout immediately. However, one of the most unique things about the lotus flower seeds is that they can lay dormant even in drought conditions for many, many years. In the early 1990s, a UCLA research team uncovered a viable lotus seed that was almost 1,300 years old from a lake bed in northeastern China. It was a remarkable discovery, given that many other plant seeds are known to remain viable for just 20 years or less. The life cycle of the lotus has been seen symbolically by many Eastern religions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and Jainism. Although these religions have their own respective interpretations of the lotus's life cycle, there is a consensus among ancient texts that it symbolizes spiritual enlightenment and rebirth. As lotus plants grow in the muddy depths of the water, this is equated by many to represent the human condition, with its chaos, confusion, and messiness. However, after a period of growth, the lotus reaches through the water to the surface where it can bloom in the glorious sunlight. To many, this symbolizes a journey of spiritual development through mindfulness, akin to the Buddhist concept of Bodhi, which is a spiritual reawakening. The unblemished flowers, blossoming from such dirty beginnings, are a symbol of purity in cultures such as Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, and China. Furthermore, the daily opening of the lotus flower with the rising sun is a metaphor of revival that has appealed to many cultures since ancient times. It is a comforting symbol of renewal after challenging periods. This is particularly the case when you consider the seeds of the lotus, which can withstand drought for many years before bursting back into life. Because of this, the lotus is also considered a symbol of fertility, longevity, and eternity. Due to its awe-inspiring beauty, it is no surprise that lotus flowers are a common theme in Asian art, both religious and secular, spanning continental to South Asia, and dating back from ancient times to present day. From Japanese scroll paintings, Chinese watercolors, Vietnamese silk paintings, and Indian frescoes, lotus flowers are prominent and colorful subjects. Lotuses have also been featured prominently in folk poems and songs, with one famous Vietnamese couplet stating, "In the pond, nothing's more beautiful than lotus, the flower of the dawn." The lotus is much more than a beautiful bloom with spiritual and artistic significance. For thousands of years, the lotus plant has been cultivated by people for its many practical uses too. In many parts of Asia, parts of the lotus plant are eaten. The rhizomes, or roots, are used as starchy, crunchy tubers in the cuisines of China, Korea, India, and Sri Lanka, although it is most popular in Japan. The rhizomes and seeds are also used to make tea, particularly in Korea. Tender lotus stems are sliced up in salads in Vietnam, used as an ingredient in soups in Thailand, and fried to make side dishes in southern India. The leaves don't get overlooked and are often used to wrap foods for steaming in Southeast Asia. Even the flowers are consumed, with teas being steeped from the petals and stamen in China, Vietnam, and Korea. The lotus rhizomes, leaves, and seeds have also been used in traditional Eastern medicine. They are major ingredients in various medicines prescribed by traditional herbalists in countries like China and Vietnam. Moreover, the lotus is not just cultivated to be eaten. In Myanmar and Cambodia, the fibers of the lotus plant stems are utilized to make a unique and sustainable fabric called lotus silk. 2 Asian nations identify so strongly with the lotus that they have declared it their national flower. India selected the lotus as its national flower on January 26, 1950. The Indian government's official website states that this was because it is a sacred flower that occupies a unique position in the art and mythology of ancient India and has been an auspicious symbol of Indian culture since time immemorial. After a national poll was conducted in 2011 by the Ministry of Vietnam, the lotus was declared the country's national flower, winning over 71% of the vote. Voting criteria stated that the national flower must be indigenous to Vietnam, symbolic of the country's character, nature, and spirit, frequently used and highly valued in art, familiar to most people, and respected for its noble and pure beauty, and represents the Vietnamese people's friendly nature, elegant style, and adaptability. Lotus flowers feature prominently in both India and Vietnam, being found in lakes and ponds throughout each country, making it a staple of everyday life. While both countries share the same national flower, it should be noted that India's is white. Meanwhile, Vietnam conducted an additional poll to determine the pink lotus as its national flower. As you make your lotus flower papercraft, we hope you can reflect on the significant role the lotus plays in several Asian cultures, where it is revered as a sacred symbol, food staple, and signifier of enlightenment, rebirth, and beauty. During these difficult, uncertain times, perhaps it would be wise to take inspiration from the lotus's resilient nature. To quote Buddhist monk and peace activist Thich Nhat Hanh, "There is the mud, and there is the lotus that grows out of the mud. We need the mud in order to make the lotus." Thank you for joining LA County Library in celebrating Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Please share your Lotus card on social media by tagging @LA County Library, and if you want more information, please visit our website or libraries. Thank you!